I'm inside of a Blackboard course shell that has had the Center for Business template uploaded into it, and I'm on the course homepage, which contains the Center for Business banner, some basic course information that can be modified by clicking this down arrow and hitting edit. And then there are two main folders: the Getting Started Important Course Information folder and the Weekly Learning Materials. And each of these folders has a description that can be modified. So the Weekly Learning Materials folder, for example, says here you'll find the weekly modules containing readings, links, discussions, assignments, etc. And if in your course this does not reflect what students will actually find inside of this folder, then of course it makes sense to go in and edit that description so that it describes what students can expect to find inside of that area. And I'm going to go into the Getting Started area, and it has things, pages like about this course and professor bio, and if you click on those you can modify the content, and you'll find that we put some placeholder text in there, some suggested content and tips, and you can go with these or throw them out altogether and do something totally different. You might decide that you're not sure whether you want to keep these pages, in which case you can hide the page from student view by clicking no. In permit users to view this content, you would just go with no, or you might know that you really don't want this page, in which case you can just delete the page. But I'm going to cancel out of that. And then further down there are pages like the support and college policies, academic honesty, Take 5 for safety in the medical form, and these are pretty standard and they're very recently created, so you probably don't have to worry about modifying any of those. And if I go back out to the course homepage, I can go into the weekly learning materials, and the template committee for the Center for Business decided to keep this structure, which is the same one that we keep for fully online courses, and it's a weekly structure, so each week of the semester has its own folder. And if you decide to keep this structure, then you can just click on the folder name and add your content for that week. So they might be files like Word files or PowerPoint, or you can build up blank pages or add other tools and assessments, whatever might make sense. And if you keep that, you'll notice these folders are hidden. So if you want students to see them, then you would just hit that down arrow next to the name and edit, and again permit users to view that content. If on the other hand this weekly structure doesn't really suit your own environment, then you can go with something else. You can just go into build content and set up your content folders differently. All right, so back out to the course homepage. The main course menu contains announcements, important course information, and weekly learning materials are really just links to these two folders. And then we have My Grades. This is really, really important to have in a main course menu, because even if you have set up your grade center in the course management area, only you can see this course management area, the gray menu. And so even if you set up your columns and added values, it doesn't mean that your students will be able to see all of that information. But if you add My Grades, it'll make all of that information available to them. Assessments is really just a content area that we added. We called it Assessments, and it's just a very good idea to have an assessments area in a course that gives the students a full listing along with specifications of all of the assessments for the course. It's in effect an advanced organizer, and you can add information here by adding files. So you might have already existing Word files that contain all of your assessment specifications, so you can add those here, or you can build up blank pages, or even better, you can use the Blackboard assessment tools such as test and assignment. These are convenient things because they will allow students not only to see the assignment or test specifications, but it'll allow them to actually complete the work inside of Blackboard, and will allow you to grade the work inside of Blackboard, and any grades and comments that you add will be sent directly to the grade area. And then we have discussions, calendar, email, and Blackboard Collaborate. There's a little box with a line through each of these items, which means that they're hidden, and if you decide to keep these tools, then you can hit the down arrow next to the name and show the link. So that is the Center for Business template.